Good day, everyone. I am JASAH YBAñEZ, a third-year Bachelor of Physical Education student, and welcome to the last part of my video about my learnings on Chapter 6, Grading and Reporting Student Performance. Professional judgment about the quality of student work needs to be translated into grades and reports. Judgments are also based on a teacher's personal value system. Objectivity is always the goal. Teachers want more objectivity than subjectivity in the process of grading, for documentation is expected. In certain cases, justifying grades becomes a legal requirement. Objectivity is needed because grades have important uses, for example, class placements, college admissions, and scholarship awards. Grades also affect students' self-perceptions and motivation. It's impossible to eliminate professional judgment in the process of grading. Judgments are made before assessment. For example, difficulty of the items, the content of the test, whether extra credit items will be included. Judgments are made after assessments are completed. For example, scoring, short answer, and essay items. Judgments are made about how to determine final grades and how much to weigh each assessment, how to handle borderline scores. There are no straightforward or correct answers to these questions. Guidelines for grading are usually established by school or district policy, but the scope and rigidity vary. Judgment is used to interpret the guidelines. There are always individual student situations that require flexibility. Consider the scenarios on the following slides. In some schools, teachers develop common understanding of what it means to grade fairly. For advocates of standard-based grading, highly structured district guidelines are recommended. Some districts allow teachers discretion about grading practices. Each teacher develops a personal philosophy of grading that translates into what they do. It's important that teachers understand the different purposes or functions that grades serve, the types of comparison standards that are used, the need to use methods and comparison that best meet the grade's major purpose. The grades often serve several purposes or functions. The decisions and judgments made are subjective and intuitive. There is no single correct procedure or set of rules that standardize professional decision making, despite the use of a grading scale and calculations of a score to create a grade. Decisions may seem objective, but they are not. Teachers differ on meaning on their students' performances. There are a wide range of factors that influence teacher judgment about grades. First, teaching experience, understanding of the learning context, knowledge of subject area, and personal value system. To be an effective, a teacher must be able to understand the issues, make some informed judgments, have some confidence in their decisions. Teachers often negotiate between several conflicting demands when making grade decisions. They may experience pressure to adopt certain grading practices. Example, practices that may not promote learning. They need objective evidence of student performance to defend grades to parents. District policies may restrict the nature and use of different grading procedures. Tension exists, but grading decisions should be based on what is best for learning and motivation. Teacher internal values and beliefs need to be taken into account. They provide a rationale for using grading practices based on enhancing the teaching learning process. Teachers may give extra credit to enable students to pull up low grades. Teachers may use different types of assessment so everyone has a chance of getting a good grade. Performance assessment may be used because they motivate and engage students. Note in the following teacher responses how grading decisions are based on more encompassing beliefs and values about learning. To me, grades are extremely secondary to the whole process of what we do. We have goals for what we want to teach and the use of assessment so that we know that what we need to work on, what students have mastered and what they haven't. We always trying to find some way so that all the children can find success. Then generally think of their effort, whether they feel they really tried and whether they've turned in all their work. If they tried to make an effort to improve, then we won't give them an F. When it's borderline, ask how hard has the child worked during the year.